Yo, what's good everyone? It is GlitchXCity here, and today I'm here to give you guys my National Pokemon Association Season 8 match against Alex, coach of the Memphis Primates, Week 5 by the way. But as you can see on your screen, we do have his team right here. I'm not really going to go much into detail. Well, I'm just going to shout it out, say a few things about it, and we'll go on. If you missed out on the Week 4 match against Cohen, coach of the Amsterdam A-Bombs, make sure you go check that out. Put the link in the description. But other than that, we did pick up a nice 3-0 win against the Amsterdam A-Bombs. He made a few mistakes in his last-minute prep. Forgot Regenerator on one of his Pokemon, and I got a lot of hacks. But Pokemon is Pokemon, and he was cool with it. So, I mean, that battle was like long overdue. So, I mean, I won 3-0, and I would have got a 3-0 forfeit anyway. So, either way, I still won, and I'm pretty happy about that. Cohen is like, I know Cohen has a lot, and like he has a lot of battling skills, and I don't see him any more lesser than I saw him before. Great battler. But other than that, we're up against Alex, very old friend of mine from Season 1 actually. And if my friend is correct, we started this league about 2.5 years ago, and Alex is actually the champion of the first season. So, with that in mind, I'm going to make sure that I don't lose, because I don't think he's actually beaten me in a league match other than an LC match that we had before. It was like an off-season LC tournament, and I lost, but I really didn't care about that. But I'm going to hopefully make sure that I win this match. But other than that, let's get right into this team builder. As you can see on your screen, he has Mew, which is a Z user, Tapu Fini, Garchomp, Scizor, Rotom Heat, Mega Pidgeot, Gobalion, Cofagrigus, Alolan Ninetales, Greninja, Torrent, and Weezing. Now, when I compared my team to his, I completely blew my mind, because before our match, he 6-0'd one of my other friends, and I got really scared because like this man's team is scary. Like Mew, Tapu Fini, Garchomp, and Scizor, those are like your most common OU Pokemon. Unless I've been out of the meta too long, then maybe it's not. But Rotom Heat's a good option. Mega Pidgeot is fast as like Jesus Christ. Because it is. I don't know. He has Cobalion, set up rocks. He has like, how many ways can he set up rocks? He has like 3 good ways to set up rocks. 2 good Toxic Spikes users. He has 3 Toxic Spike users and 1 Spike user. Scizor is always annoying. Garchomp is just a threat in itself. If it had D-Dance, it wouldn't be an OU. Tapu Fini is always annoying to deal with. Rotom H is just freaking douchebag. And then Weezing, I mean, Jesus Christ, I don't even have a Psychic. Do I even have a Psychic type on my team? I don't even know. But other than that, we're going to get right in this battle, and hopefully, not right in this battle, right in this team builder. Jesus Christ, if you guys want to skip ahead, you can go ahead, but I'm just here. You guys can go ahead and see my thought process in terms of my sets. But first out, we have Big Fish that Brent keeps freaking correcting me on because I spelled it wrong, but it's Big Fish. It's a big fish, god dang it. But we got Big Fish to Gyarados, Mega Gyarados with the Intimidate. We got Waterfall Crunch, Arc Rate, D-Dance, 252 on attack, Adamant, 32 HP, enough speed to outspeed I think it's to outspeed a Mega Pidgeot, or I think it's outspeed a Greninja at max speed. I may be wrong. But other than that, if I'm right about that, then luckily enough for me, I'm able to run fully max attack Adamant, so just get as much damage output as possible. Waterfall from main tab to hit stuff like Garchomp, Scizor, Rotom H, Mega Pidgeot, Cobalion, Ninetales, and Weezing. But upon Mega Evolution with Mega Gyarados, I do gain Mold Breaker, so my Earthquake does hit the Weezing, which is great, and it also hits the Rotom H as well. And we also have Crunch for main stab to hit the Mew, which would be really nice. Crunch for Scizor, Crunch for Rotom H, Crunch for Pidgeot, Cofagrigus especially. And then yeah, but once I get one D-Dance up, unless he has like a Scarfed Ninetales or a Scarfed Cobalion or a Scarfed Rotom, I should be able to like easily either poke a hole in his team and do as much damage as possible, or just completely sweep his whole team. So that's going to be really good to look forward to. The only type of priority he has is the Bullet Punch Scizor, which Gyarados resists, Rotom H, Sucker Punch, which is resisted, Greninja with Water Shuriken, and Shadow Sneak, which is both resisted, Ninetales with Ice Shard, which is resisted. So yeah, I think we're pretty much set when it comes to that. But next out, we have the OG. We got Flow Rida, the Sylveon, shiny Sylveon, not just any Sylveon. This is a male Flow Rida Sylveon, shiny Sylveon. But we got leftovers, running a standard physically defensive set with a Hyper Voice, Wish Protect, HP Fire. HP Fire is definitely there for the Scizor. And honestly, like, I was debating to like run Specs, but looking at it, I really do need like some certain switch-ins for stuff like Garchomp, Mew, and some other Pokemon on his team. But just a plain out, like, Wish Protect is definitely annoying, I get that, but I think it would be the most effective against his team. The only thing that sucks is that I get completely walled by Weezing because I'm not bringing Psyshock. And even if I did bring Psyshock, it wouldn't have done that much because, like, come on now, it's a Weezing. But other than that, we're running, yeah, it's just a basic set. I mean, like, Hyper Voice does decent damage to all of his team. I don't think I OHKO Garchomp, but it's definitely a 2-hit KO. I do decent damage to everything else. And even against Rotom H, I do decent damage too. I think I do like at least 20 to 25%. So that's basically Stealth Rocks, if you think about it. So that's not that bad. And it's natural, especially defensive bulk. It's going to allow me to switch on to stuff like Tapu Fini, Rotom H, Mega Pidgeot, even the low 9,000 and Greninja. If Greninja has Gong Shot, then GG. Actually, I don't think I'm dying, but it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But oh, Jesus Christ, sorry. Whew, gotta catch my breath. But next up, we have White Dad, the man with the hacks lord that goes and looks down upon from the clouds, because this boy landed like 6 out of 7 hurricanes, got a confusion twice, and got a crit in the last week. So this Tornadus does not play any games. He's not playing any games because he's running them specs. He's running them spectacles, them glasses, because his vision a 20/20, because he got that hurricane, bro. 30% accuracy. Come on, bro. Come on. But hurricane, U-turn, tailwind, heat wave, and we got them specs because, you know, we ain't missing again, never ever in this league. But we got hurricane, heat wave, and just with hurricane and heat wave, I demolished this whole team. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even run heat wave because that's only there for Scizor. Because hurricane, there's a lot. I two-shot Mew, I two-shot Finny, I two-shot Garchomp, I two-shot Scizor. I do a lot to Rotom. I think I two-shot a non-defensive Rotom. I OHKO Kabayan, I think. I'm pretty sure I OHKO Pidgeot. I do a lot to I two-hit KO Cofagrigus. Ninetales gonna be annoying because snow warning. But I should outspeed that. And Heat Wave is there, so if I don't want to miss. Greninja should die, and Weezing, if anything, should die as well. So Specs Hurricane is gonna hurt. And Tailwind is just there. We have Prankster just in case I want something like everything else on my team to possibly sweep late game if Tornadus can't do it itself. But we're running 240 EVs in speed, Timid Nature, max special attack. I think it's just enough speed to outspeed Alolan Ninetales. But other than that, let's get right into our next one. We have I'ma-Cut You the Weavile, which didn't even hit the field once last week. I brought a nasty plot, Ice Moon Dark Pulse set, didn't even hit the field once. We're running a Choice Bandit set with Ice Shard, Brick Break, Knockoff, Poison Jab. Knockoff is good for stuff like Mew and everything else, just to get rid of an item. It nukes Mew and it nukes Cofagrigus. Brick Break is there mainly because my friend who got 6-0'd said, oh, watch out, just prepare for Auroraville, Alolan Ninetales. I'm like, okay, I'll just bring Brick Break. Because not only does Brick Break hit, get rid of the screens, but it also hits stuff like Cobalion, and it also hits stuff like Greninja. So it's not a bad option to put on there anyway. And if screens are really going to be the reason why I lose, I might as well have something to at least get rid of them. Running Knockoff, Ice Shard, because I don't think I need Icicle Crash. I'm pretty sure Bandit Ice Shard kills Garchomp, and I'm pretty sure I do a lot to Pidgey after rocks anyways. So it wasn't really needed. And even if, I don't know, I think we have Poison Jab. Poison Jab is just there for Alolan Ninetales. I could bring Metal Claw, but just the chance for a Poison on anything on his team is like a really good option. But really not much to say about Weavile. I have a Specs Tornadus, I have a Bandit Weavile, so we're really going out offensive. We have a D-Dance Sweeper, and we have a physically defensive Sylveon, which is meant there. Just beat it to be stupid. But next up we have Champa, the fire type Savali. I swear, if you watch Dragon Ball, you know these references. I don't know if this would be Champa. He's just red, and I was like, yo, Savali fire. But this is a very interesting set. Very interesting set. We have Flame Charge, Ice Fang, Explosion, and SD. Almost max HP, 4 in attack, 4 in defense. And we have Max Spadef with a Careful Nature. Now, the main purpose of this is because if you look at my whole team, or the 6 Pokemon I'm bringing this week, I am not bringing a ground type. I'm not bringing my Hippowdon or a ground type Savali. So that allows Rotom Heat to just run through my team. So I was like, okay, I might as well bring like a fully Spadef Savali. So I was like, alright, sure. So the main purpose of this is that it's supposed to wall the Rotom. Also takes care of the Scizor. And to Mew, to an extent, it could. And I could also switch this in on Alolan Ninetales, which could be a problem. Cofagrigus, Weezing. Weezing can't burn me because I'm a fire type. Main purpose of this is just for me to just click SD, take some hits, click Flame Charge, and depending on the Pokemon, I just click Explosion. And I have Ice Flame for Garchomp. So yeah, very nice and dandy there. Not really much to say. It's a very odd Savali set, but I love it. And last but not least, we have Happy the Empoleon with the nice little Shucka Berry, the Torrent. We got Scald Toxic, Ice Beam, and Stealth Dogs. Actually, I think in the battle it was Defiant, and it was supposed to be Torrent, so I forgot to change it. So in the battle, it's going to be Defiant. But I was holding the Shucka Berry, bringing another Max Spadef Empoleon, max HP, 4 in defense, 4 in special attack. I'm really scared of his team, because his team is highly Spadef oriented. Because Pokemon that can be especially offensive could be the Mew, Tapu Fini, Mew, Tapu Fini, Rotom H, Mega Pidgeot, Cofagrigus, Alolan Ninetales, Greninja, and Weezing. So a lot of his team is like pretty much especially offensive oriented. So I was thinking, okay, I'll just bring a especially defensive Empoleon with a Shucka Berry. Shucka Berry mainly there for the Garchomp. So Say he brings in Garchomp and I have Empoleon in, I am so safe. I'm just going to click Ice Beam right away and just get rid of that thing. He can get up his rocks, he can click Earthquake, it won't matter because I have the Sugar Berry, so I'm going to live guaranteed. Unless he has Yache, he's not living this hit. I think Ice Beam is a roll, but other than that, just getting that Ice Beam off on the Garchomp is crucial because I really don't want to deal with that thing. It's just going to be really annoying. But other than that, that's our team builder, and hopefully we pick up another win because I need to pretty much play catch up ever since I came back into YouTube. But other than that, let's get right into the battle. Alright guys, we are back, and here I have the team of Alex. Actually on your screen, he has brought the Tapu Fini, Scizor, Garchomp, Cobalion, Mega Pidgeot, and Rotom Heat. This is going to be an interesting matchup. If you guys didn't see the team builder, make sure you definitely go ahead and check that out. Just to see if you guys, just to get an idea of what I brought. But I'm not going to go into detail, I'm going to go ahead and go with this battle. Honestly, I made this team in like an hour, like maybe even less, because I didn't even... Because my friend got 6-0'd, and you guys already know this, and he was like, avenge me, I got 6-0, you need to 6-0 him. I'm like, I honestly don't care, because like, it was so late, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get this battle over with. If I win, I win, it's cool. If I lose, I lose, whatever, I'll just catch up later. But other than that, let's get right into this battle. I'm gonna go ahead and lead with my Sylveon, because that's a pretty decent matchup against everything. I can Hyper Voice the Garchomp, I'm physically defensive, I can get damage on the Cobalion, I can get decent damage on this Fini, the Scizor with HP Fire, the Pidgeot, as well as the Rotom Heat. So I think Sylveon's a pretty good lead. So I'm going to deal with my Sylveon as he leads with the Rotom Mo. But here, you guys can see, I'm going to go for the Protect as he does go for the Volt Switch. Now, the reason why I click Protect first turn is because if this Rotom has like Trick, and he's like Trick Choice Scarf, I'm screwed. Basically, my Sylveon is kind of useless at this point if it was like tricked into a Choice Scarf. So I'm going to click Protect and Scout. He does click Volt Switch, so I don't have to worry about Trick. I'm going to go ahead and just get a free Hybrid. Actually, here, I click HP Fire, predicting the Scizor. I was like, you know what, I'm going to click HP Fire, and we get a clean 80% on this Scizor. So my prediction, 2-turn prediction, is going pretty well. And I am physically defensive Sylveon. I live any one hit from this thing, barring a Choice Band set. So, I don't know. The thing is that I predict him to predict me to switch out. So I expect him to go for a U-turn. I'm just going to go for another HP Fire on the off chance he roosts. But he goes for U-turn, and that's not banded nor boosted in any way. I click HP Fire, he goes in a Rotom, does nothing, but I do not see leftovers. So I really believe that this thing is actually either Scarfed, or I'm pretty sure it's Scarfed because I didn't see specs. But he goes for Thunderbolt, only doing 25%, I'm going to go for Wish. And I live a crit, and he gets a crit, and 40%, I'm going to go for Hyper Voice. And look at that damage, that's resisted, not invested, that is 25%. So that's basically Stealth Rock damage on switch in. But now, he brings in Bakugou on the Tapu Fini. I go for Hyper Voice. And if my calculations or my calcs are correct, then this thing is actually like a max HP modest Assault Vest set, something like that. I just know he's Assault Vest because I didn't see leftovers, and that did way too little. It should have done like at least 25. But here, I'm going to go for Wish, as he goes for the Moonblast. It doesn't really do that much. I go for Wish. I'm like I'm so naturally Spadef, like bulky, that Sylveon does not care. I go for Hyper Voice, I get nice 40% off, and I do have Recovery, as where him, I'm assuming he doesn't. He switches out, and I'm here, I'm going to go into my Empoleon. I wasn't actually predicting him to go into Mega Pidgeot, it was just for me to go into Empoleon, because I was thinking, like, either he's going to stay in and just spam Moonblast or Scald, or I'm going to go into my Empoleon, or he's going to switch out. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to take this opportunity, I'm going to go to my Empoleon, get my rocks. But he's actually going to go into Mega Pidgeot. But this Thanksgiving, ironically, I'm recording this on Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. But other than that, I don't expect him to stay in. I wall this thing. He's going to go for U-turn, so I'm going to get my free rocks up. And he does go into Garchomp, and this is where the plan goes into action. I am Sugar Berry, so I should be able to live any Earthquake from this Garchomp. He predicts me to switch out. I'm assuming he goes for Stealth Dart, so I go for Ice Beam, and I get a nice critical hit. And I'm pretty sure Ice Beam was a roll. It was like 91 to something. But he goes in a Rotom, and I'm actually just going to stay in. I'm not even going to switch out. He's going to go for Volt Switch, does less than 50. I'm going to go for Scald. He brings in the Cobalion. We get a crit, unfortunately no burn. And I'm just going to sack my Empoleon because I didn't think it was worth getting damage on anything else on my team. I'm going to go into my Tornadoes. I'm going to click Hurricane. Thankfully, I don't miss, and we get rid of the Cobalion. And we are Specs. So now he brings in the Scizor, and I know he's not banded, but I don't know. The thing is that maybe he's expecting me to click Hurricane and just pick him off. So I was like, okay, I think he's going to click BP. I'm going to go into my Gyarados, get the Intimidate off, and I'm going to try and set up and sweep. But this man is going to go for U-turn, and I'll tell you at the end of the video why. But he goes into Mega Pidgeot, and here I'm going to Mega Evolve. And we do get our Mold Breaker, but I am able to live any one hit from this Mega Pidgeot. He goes for a Hurricane, I live. So I was like, okay. And after a +1 D-Dance, Waterfall should be able to OHKO. I'm going to go for my D-Dance, but he goes for a Defog and gets rid of the rocks. So I go for D-Dance, and now we outspeed. I'm going to click Waterfall, and that's Thanksgiving gone. Because we munched on that boy earlier today. But now he goes on the top of Fading. I go for Earthquake. I should have died to this Moonblast. But no, this Gyarados does not care. He does not care. He does not care on how much he lives. He's living tonight. But here he's going to go into Scizor. I'm going to go into my Champa. And I'm actually just going to save Differential because I am a Fire type. And he switches out. And I think he's probably choiced in some way. I'm going to go for my SD. 2 Flame Charges should be able to pick this off. He goes for T-Bolt. We are maxed with Def. We eat those up. And that does exactly about 20% for me to OHKO with 2 Flame Charges. He goes for Thunderbolt. Gets the Paralysis. I go for Flame Charge. And I luckily take this Rotom out. And last but not least, all he has is a Scizor. And unless I get Parahaxed, I should be able to kill this thing. I don't. I get Flame Charge. And your big Island Weasels pick up a nice 5-0 victory over Alex, coach of the Memphis Primates. Now, the reason why he clicked U-turn on my Tornadus with Scizor is because he was actually running dual Scarfers. He had Scarf Rotom, and he also had Scarf Scizor. Now, in the end, he tells me GG had a fighting chance if you were paralyzed in the end. That's actually false. And if you're actually watching this, I'll tell you why. Yes, I can understand why Bullet Punch probably would have swept my team because Weavol's frail, Gyarados is about to die, Savali died to another Bullet Punch, and Tornadus at 50... Actually, no, I think Tornadus lived because rocks were gone, so I would have been at 75%. So unless he got a crit, I probably would have died. But also, the main thing that guaranteed it for me was Sylveon, because I'm max HP, max physical defensive bold, and if he told me he was Scarfed, so if he was like max attack, adamant, Scarfed, a crit Bullet Punch doesn't actually OHKO my Sylveon, so I actually would have been fine. Worst comes to worst, it would have been a 4-0 victory, but luckily we get a 5-0 victory, so that's nice. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are still here, very much appreciated. This was GlitchXCity here, and I'll see you guys in the next encounter.